You told me that you voted for President Trump in 2024. Do you regret that decision? ¿Te arrepientes esa decisión?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you regret that decision?
That's because it's nothing that's true. It's not true. He say he go to catch the delincuentes. Criminals, yeah. And right now, he don't follow to criminals. He go to specific to Latino people. The DHS come specific to me and catch to me, not other people, because don't care to other people, specific Latino people.
Let's talk about Trump voters who are feeling regrets.
If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You're a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Because let me tell you, they are out there.
I was a Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this. I have a construction company. And not a thing is getting done. This is what I get. This is what I get. Nothing but white boys. It takes 4 days to do a 1-day job. I might have fucked up.
Well, yes, sir. You did.
I love this for you. I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. Did I know he was going to increase the tariffs? Yes, I did. However, I thought that the infrastructure would be set up prior for small business to come back to America and manufacture in America. So to wish ill on someone and to love the fact that they're suffering, to love the fact that their family is being negatively affected because I didn't vote the same way that you did is f***ed up. It really is. It shouldn't matter. Anyone that enters my life, I'm going to judge you of who you are, how you are as a human being. Are you kind? Are you polite? Are you sincere? That's how I judge you, not who you voted for. I've got far left-leaning friends. I got far right-leaning friends. It doesn't matter to me. I like you based on who you are. But to see someone hurt and their business fail and their family be affected because they didn't vote the way you did, it's fucked up. I'm sorry, a lot of you are fucked up. I'm sorry. We should all care about each other regardless of who we voted for.
We'll circle back on this one at the end.
So I admit, I regret my vote for Donald Trump. I regret it because I needed these changes sooner. I needed the prices to go down sooner so that I didn't drain out my bank accounts and go into crippling credit card debt, so that when I had an emergency, I had money set aside. So when my son's glasses break, I could actually get him new ones. I can't do any of that right now. My car broke down, and so I'm in a friend's car just to work, to continue living paycheck to paycheck. I knew it was going to be hard and that it wasn't going to come fast. I just wish that things would work out better. I really regret that everything is taking so long because there's so much pushback because I don't even know the reasons anymore. I don't understand.
You know what? This one too.
Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents, within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast. But here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I'd just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you.
Hopefully this conflict over there will end, it's just unfortunate.
The overall vibe here at the gas pump amongst these Trump voters is they feel like the economy is not going well right now.
At the moment, I'm really out of work.
My hope is that it's temporary.
The first guy saying he misses Uncle Joe is really something.
If you feel hopeless right now, I'm here to say some Trump supporters are actually regretting their votes. Estimates as high as 1 in 4 people who voted for Trump regret their votes. And on anonymous forums like Reddit, people have poured out their feelings about how much they regret voting for him. People like farmers who have been upset that they're not getting support and money is going to Argentina instead of them. Young voters who feel manipulated by the MAGA movement. And centrists who aren't necessarily committed to a political party have all expressed serious remorse over their vote. The fact that people are admitting that they're not happy with the election and the way things have been with Trump is a serious step in the right direction. As you know, in most cults, people who speak out against the leader are seriously punished. They're ostracized and experience a lot of hostility, which typically prevents them from speaking out in the first place. So although it may feel hopeless and like fascism has been descending upon us for a few years, there actually is a sign of some progress. That's why it's so important to have conversations with these people. If you're a white person and you have family who are Trump supporters, this is a really good time to try to get through to them, especially because a lot of Republicans want the Epstein files to be released, which could be used as a way to find common ground with them and convince them to not be MAGA anymore. Still have a long way to go, but the fact that his approval rating is dropping is a serious sign of good news.
So let's just go over this very quickly. I understand that you guys are feeling hurt. I understand that you guys are feeling isolated. What many people despise is the fact that it was an open book test and you failed. You're a 3-time Trump voter and you finally came around. It's not necessarily, for many critics, the person. It is the idea and what it carries into society. And the thing is, you can say these things, and I applaud you for doing so. And if you really take ownership, then you will start to decode how you got there in the first place. It's sort of like when someone goes full-blown racist. We don't have to accept your apology, but we do have to see the work being put in and the hours being put in and the way that you will change your entire mindset by doing the work and then hopefully coming out on the other side a little bit better. But I have to reiterate, you can't control how people are going to react because those people could have families that were abducted because of your vote. There are people who are struggling right now to make ends meet. There are people who may have been deported themselves. There are people who may be racially profiled. There could be survivors of Epstein and what it really seems like in these emails, Trump himself and many other powerful figures that you voted against. You voted against them. You voted against a wealth tax. You voted against first-time homebuyers. You voted against having some sort of climate initiative. You voted against it. So everybody that is affected by not you, but what your vote symbolizes can react however they wish. And if they want to withhold support from you, which I'm sure many in the comments will be conflicted on, they're allowed to do so. They are. What we need, in my view, is a stronger left coalition. And if I could see a 1-time, 2-time, 3-time Trump voter suddenly swing the political pendulum in the opposite direction and become leftist, become socialist, I'm all for it. But it needs to be genuine. And what it needs, really, really needs, at the end of the day, is a change in mindsets, a change in their approach and how they view one human being from another. That, my friends, will be the key. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.